Hi, welcome back to Live Long and Prosper, a Vegan's Journey. My name is Rebecca Bell. I go by Becca or Beck. This is my second update to my weight loss journey throughout the next year. So my last video kind of covered that I had previous videos up and I didn't like the quality, so I took them down. I'm just going to give you a brief recap of what started my journey and continue from there until today. So I started in March of 2015, just before Easter, being vegan, and this is because I finally broke down at my middle daughter's begging and watched some vegan documentaries, and that kind of startled me and jump-started me into being veganish. Now, I wasn't 100% vegan, but I tried really hard. I do know, as far as our family goes, mine and my husband's, that they're not really willing to cater to our food needs, and we didn't really plan ahead for certain events, so that's why I say vegan-ish. But we are now, as of January, 100% vegan, for the 100% vegan. So I had already thought about becoming vegan, and I thought maybe I could go vegetarian or pescatarian. I didn't really see the benefit in the long run of doing that because I just figured it would be too hard. But after watching all those videos and realizing not only about the animal cruelty, our biggest thing was the climate. What a horrific thing factory farming does to our climate. It is horrible that these animals have to suffer the way that they do in order for us to eat them. But the disposal of the waste, the disposal of the dead bodies, how the animals are treated as far as antibiotics and their condition in the place that they're at, being held until they're slaughtered, is just beyond comprehension. And I don't even think the videos do them justice. I'm sure that it is a lot worse than what we're even allowed to see. And that was the big catalyst for me, because I have children, and obviously they're going to have children, and so on and so forth. So I just don't want to leave a trashed, inhabitable planet for them. We really don't have anywhere else to go as far as where we would live if this continued to happen. I mean, we would just die, and I have a feeling that's the way Mother Nature would like it. But anyway, I digress. So after we went veganish and started reevaluating our food choices, we went the way of vegan replacement meats for a lot of our meals, and that's not necessarily good for you either. So what I would encourage people to do, if you are planning on going vegan from a standard American diet, possibly look into the vegan replacement meats, but plan on phasing those out as quickly as possible, only because they have a lot of added salt, sugar, and oil. And the best vegan diet is a whole foods, plant-based diet with no added salt, sugar, and oil. Because as you're cleaning out your system, you're going to have a lot of toxins leaving your system. And the whole point of going vegan is to be healthier, to feel healthier. And oil is oil, whether it's animal fat, whether it's canola oil, whether it's olive oil, whether it's coconut oil, and it does coat your arteries, your veins, your stomach, everything. So it really will hinder your absorption of nutrients, and contribute to some other health conditions in the long term. I think a small amount of oil, salt, and sugar is fine, but a lot of people who leave the standard American diet and go vegan kind of overdo it and overindulge in the vegan snacks. So there's my little rant. Anyway, so I joined several weight loss challenges at work because I was really tired of being overweight. My highest weight has been 303 pounds, and that was here recently. Well, after a loved one died, I kind of got a little depressed and was eating a lot of unhealthy carbs, and kind of ballooned. And that's when I weighed myself. It could have been higher. I don't know. Because in March of 2016, I've got some pictures that I'll see about inserting, and I look a lot heavier than 300 pounds, and I didn't realize it. And that picture kind of made me realize that even though I was veganish and I was doing all these diet bets at work, that it wasn't working for me. I wasn't losing inches. I may have even been putting on weight. So I really buckled down. I did something called the 21-day fix, which is through Beachbody, and it's basically measuring and portioning your foods and kind of eating a clean diet, without the salt, oil, and sugar, and that seemed to work. So I lost quite a few inches between March of 2016 and June, and that's when I quit my job. I kind of wanted to dedicate myself full-time to losing weight because it just wasn't coming off as quickly as I wanted it to. And from June to December, I lost some more inches, but I still felt and looked really heavy. And in December, unfortunately, my grandmother passed away unexpectedly, and I really started looking at what was I doing wrong in my diet, because I really just wanted to be this different person. And I think not having her around for my youngest daughter, who's 3, and not being able to enjoy her wit and humor and sass just kind of hit me hard. And I ate really unhealthy from December 4th until the end of the year, and happened upon someone called High Carb Hannah. I've been watching other YouTube videos that talked about vegan diet and gave great recipes and helpful hints and things like that. But with Hannah, she did a lot of different things. So, sorry. So she did the potato cleanse from McDougall. She did raw till whenever. She ate a lot of starchy bananas and found out she didn't like bananas that much. She did a lot of different diets and basically came up with her own plan, kind of. So she's doing high carb, low fat. And for women, I just want to stress that you don't really want to go below 15% fat because it will affect your menses. And at any point during your journey, if you notice that your period stops or your hair starts falling out or you just don't have a lot of energy, you probably should talk to a nutritionalist or join a Facebook group and put that out there, because it has a lot to do with your fat intake, your vitamin intake. I've never had issues. My hair's fine. I've got more than enough. I've never had a problem with my period. I haven't had mood swings. Now, there for a while I was tired, but I take a crap ton of B12, and I try to get at least 15 minutes of sun a day, because that is supposed to be your vitamin D, and help you absorb your daily intake if you do that. So in January, from January to April, I went from 303 pounds to 285, and I stalled between 285 and 288 doing this high carb, low fat vegan diet. And I didn't really limit my oil, salt, and sugar. I mostly cooked oil free anyway, but I didn't check my food to see if that was an issue, and I most certainly didn't check salt and sugar. My husband is a diehard do not eat high fructose corn syrup person, and I am a do not digest artificial sweetener person, so I just won't do it. But I didn't see the problem with the other stuff. However, since my weight loss stalled in April until just recently, I reevaluated. And that's what dieting is. You have to constantly change your eating habits. You have to change your exercise. You have to change your mentality. You have to change everything. Because obviously, for however many years you've been overweight, it hasn't worked. You got to throw out the excuses. You got to throw out the people who are sabotaging you. You just have to accept yourself the way you are now, love yourself the way you are now, and realize that you are implementing things that will get you to where you want to be and live the best life you can. That is one of the great things I think we have at our fingertips, is all these resources on YouTube, on the internet, through blogs, through Facebook, that can help us on our journey. And it's about finding the right fit for you. I would never in a million years think that eating high carb would be a great thing, and that's just a common myth. And High Carb Hannah talks about that in a lot of her videos, about how in the world am I losing weight by eating potatoes and rice? How in the world am I losing weight by not exercising? And it just clicks for certain people. So as of June, a couple weeks ago, I broke my plateau. I've gotten down to 281.6 or 0.8 in about 7 days, and that is because, sorry, there's a gnat. That is because I joined something called Plant, and it's a meal planner put out by High Carb Hannah and her husband Derek, and it's all of her recipes that she has in her 5 cookbooks, Instapot, Raw Till Whenever, and Lean and Clean, as well as other contributions from people eventually down the line. But it is a interactive meal planner, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks that you can do for a week, a month, and you can pick your meals, and you can up how many people you're serving if you need to, and you can export the shopping list to your phone, so it makes shopping easier. And you can also check off things that you have, or add things like toilet paper and toothpaste if you need to. So it's a really great tool to have, and there really isn't any other whole foods plant-based app out there. Now there are apps that you can use, like My Plate, or Fitbit has something, even S Health, which is what I use on my phone to track my steps. They all have something, and you can individually put in your food, and maybe they even have recipes, but it's not whole food plant-based. So this is a great tool for the vegan community, and I'm sure it's just going to blow up eventually and get a lot more subscribers and a lot more recipes. But from this point on, it is the end of June. From this point until December of 2017, I am going to concentrate on my diet, using this Plant meal planner, and I want to lose another 100 pounds. I'll be happy with 50 because I'm at 281. I would say 50 would be great, but I can realistically see me losing 13 pounds a month between now and the end of December. And I think that's what I calculated, like 13.3 3 or something like that. So roughly 13.5 pounds a month. If I can lose 7 pounds in a week, I can surely lose 13 pounds in a month. I just have to be diligent about it. I have to keep up on my water and my vitamins and eat on plan, because I have noticed my husband and I went out with some friends, actually over to their house, and they cooked us some food, and it's not something that we would normally eat. I didn't really, they usually will honor our vegan lifestyle or vegan choices. So we had pizza, and we had like some kind of berry tartlet, and we had some wine, and that night I gained like 6 pounds, and I was like, what the hell? And it freaked me out, and I was like, we cannot eat off of the plant anymore. Like, my husband's pretty normal weight. He bikes a lot, to and from work sometimes, and he's fairly healthy, I would say. But I can't justify that 6 pounds, and I've been kind of struggling to get it off. I've been upping my water. I've been trying to change what I'm eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I've been doing the intermittent fasting. So any of my weight that goes up, I freak out about, mainly because I don't want to be back to where I have to struggle to get it off again. I want it to just keep going down. And I'm sure a lot of people can identify with me on that. So, my channel is, it is called Live Long and Prosper, A Vegan's Journey. And it's about my weight loss. I have a blog that I just started on blogger.com. It's also called Live Long and Prosper, A Vegan's Journey. And it will have some tips and some insights into the vegan community, and it will also include written weight loss things as well. If you're, a visual kind of person and you don't really want to go through the videos, especially if I'm rambling and you just want to read it, that might be a good thing to check out. And then I have my Facebook page, which doesn't have anything to do with weight loss. It's just a small vegan community, about 20 people, and we share recipes, or we talk about things in the news, and we'd be more than happy to have you join. You can private message me, and I will give you the link, or add you if that's what you would like. And I'm not promoting any kind of weight loss avenues or tips, or trying to sell anything on my page either, because I have a lot of friends who do that through their separate Facebook and blogs, but I'm not like that. I just want to talk and convert people to this whole food, plant-based lifestyle. So I'm going to leave this video here. I do know that when I weighed in today, that I still was holding on to that 6 pounds that we gained over the weekend going to our friend's house, but I'm hoping by the end of the week that that's going to be gone, that maybe that's extra water weight, because I do believe that I had upped my salt intake in some of my recipes, because I've been using like flavor packets, spice packets instead of my own, and I never checked to see if there's additional salt in that, so that's going to stop. So again, my current weight right now is 286. So I guess that's a 5 pound gain, not 6. And as far as measurements go, I currently wear a size 20, and that's down from a size 26. And those were getting pretty tight on me. But my important measurements, my arms are 17. My bust is 45. Under my bust is 39. My waist is 42. My hips are 50. I say 53. My thighs are 34, and my calves are 21. So that's the measurements that I usually go by. They don't change a lot, but I'm really surprised when they do, especially my lower half, because that has always been a problem area for me. I was never overweight as a child, but after my second kid. That's when I put on the weight, and the numbers just got bigger and bigger. And I don't think I actually tried to change the way that I was eating because I just didn't care. And now I care because I have a little one to take care of, and there's a lot of things that I want to be able to do in my 40s that I wasn't able to do in my 20s and my 30s. So keep that in mind. Why do you want to be thinner? Why do you want to be healthier? And always remind yourself of that, especially when you need motivation or you get off track. One meal isn't going to kill you, but you need to get back on track. So just remember your why power, and Hannah talks about that too. And that will be your willpower. That'll be your motivation. So like and subscribe on my channel. From this point on, I'll be doing some weekly weigh-ins and updates, whether it's up or down. I will talk a little bit more about what I'm eating for the week. And if you have any additional questions, anything that I missed, you can leave that in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to answer. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good evening. Bye.